Hey y'all, welcome to our Georgia suburban homestead. I thought I'd introduce you to a really tasty vegetable that used to be a staple for the First Nations people of this region. Actually, Central America, not Mexico, Central America, but the Central Plain states. It's called Jerusalem artichokes or sunchokes. This is a tuber, and these plants, look at that lovely bloom. These plants will grow to be 10 to 15 feet tall and have these beautiful yellow blooms that the hummingbirds enjoy, butterflies, pollinators, and it looks like we've had a leafcutter bee make her nest with plant material. When you see holes like that, that's a leafcutter bee. Anyway, you grow these for the root, the tubers, which are really high in all sorts of vitamins and minerals. There's vitamin B, vitamin K, vitamin C. They're full of potassium, calcium, phosphorus, magnesium. And you know, with anything that's high in calcium and potassium, help you lower your blood pressure and your blood sugar. It's also very high in inulin. Since it's a starch-type tuber, like a little potato, the inulin in it means as a diabetic, you can eat more of it, and actually helps you with insulin resistance. So, how do you grow it? Well, I wouldn't order it from any seed company. I would go to the grocery store, and they appear in the spring. And they're about the size of your fingers in length, and they're about that wide. And you get them and you just plunk them in the ground. It takes about 20 weeks for the artichoke to grow, and then in the meantime it's growing tall, tall, tall. And then it blooms, and it'll bloom from late August through frost. And once you've had frost, it dies back to the ground. Now we happen to have one that for some reason died back, and I'll show you that. See how tall that is? Goes all the way down to the ground. So what we typically will do is, after they all die down, we have this forest of sticks. We will go and follow still can't see it, can you? What we'll do once we have like this forest of sticks is follow it all the way down to the ground, and then you just simply, I'm not going to do it now, but you pull it up, and to the bottom will be attached, just like you're harvesting potatoes or peanuts or whatever, the nodules. So we'll leave this in the ground until we're ready to eat it. And in the dead of winter, you feel like some Jerusalem artichokes, you come out, you pull it out, you take the tuber, clean it like you would a potato, and I like it sliced and sautéed with in butter with sage, fresh rubbed sage on top of it. It's really kind of nice. Now, we planted a few when we first moved in here 8 years ago. And we planted some down the hill, and we planted some around the kitchen to be able to run out the door and harvest. And it has walked across the yard. The flowers I showed you, they're over there now. They'll fall over, and they'll hit the ground. And everywhere the seeds from the flowers fall, you're going to get an artichoke next year, which you can, when they're like that big, you can dig them up and relocate them. But these have walked everywhere. I'll show you at the corner of the house here. They'll give you an idea how tall they get compared to the roof line. See it above the roof line? That's an 8-foot roof. That's an 8-foot roof, and we'll let that bloom and serve the animals, and next winter we'll be running out probably in our jammies or in our PJs when we go to cook to get dinner. So anyway, that's a good introduction to the Jerusalem artichoke, I'd say. Go ahead and try them next year. If you want to buy some at the grocery store and cook them before you decide whether you want to grow them, that's one way to go about it. Or if you just like the flowers, they are quite lovely, but make sure you plant them along the fence line or along the house or someplace, because they are big and they will fall over and trip you if they're close enough to a pathway. Anyway, until next time, see ya.